let's dive into this. What is the Oversight Committee exactly looking for? I mean, I'm looking through some of these names and all of these attorney generals and the FBI director, James Comey. When I first looked at this list, I was mistaken. I thought it was about Russiagate.
Right.
I asked you that. Can't be about Epstein. You corrected me and said it is. With the list of subpoenas going out to these individuals, high profile, mind you, what are they looking for?
They are going back to the earliest days of Jeffrey Epstein's involvement with the Justice Department. So they're going back to when Alexander Acosta was, this is under President Obama, was U.S. attorney in Miami and negotiated a deal with Epstein's lawyer, our friend and colleague, Professor Dershowitz, who did a fabulous job representing Epstein. But during the course of those negotiations, Alexander Acosta supposedly said, I was told to go easy on him because he's intel. Now they're going to ask him, Mr. Acosta, Secretary Acosta, he's the former Secretary of Labor. Who told you Epstein was intel? We want to interview that person. They're going way back. They're going back to when Robert Mueller not was the special prosecutor for Donald Trump, but was the director of the FBI.
Tripped me up.
Correct. That's what tripped you up. What also tripped you up, and I don't know why she's on this list.
Clinton's?
Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
Yes.
What does she have to do with Epstein? But she's on the list. So
Would it be, I mean, the flight logs in which someone's names appear?
Could be. This is extremely broad. As I said, they are asking for everything the DOJ has except the names of the victims.
What about President Clinton? We talked about executive privilege or immunity, presidential immunity. Does that apply? It applies to Obama, right?
I don't think it would apply to him because
Why is that?
his travel, as I understand it, his travel with Epstein or on this plane did not occur while he was president and was not part of any presidential core functions. This was either before or I think probably after he had left the White House. So are you going to see the Fifth Amendment invoked by people who, when they were in power, were everyday household names? Or is the House committee going to get to the bottom of who knew what when?
Yeah. And how much focus is going to be on what was happening before he was sentenced and even what happened while he was serving time?
Well, as Sean pointed out, part of this investigation is how did he die? What investigate? They're going to go after Attorney General Barr for this. He was a very smart guy, but they're going to go after him. You were running the Bureau of Prisons indirectly. You were the AG. How did he die? What investigation did you conduct to determine how he died? How is it that your pathologist said he killed himself, but the family pathologist, the best in the country, Michael Bodden, said it's impossible for his neck to have been broken the way it was by his own hands?
Somebody has to say something, though. If this entire list comes back taking the fifth, is that...
That's going to look terrible if all these people take the fifth. These people were the highest ranking people in the government, starting with the president, going down to at least 3 attorneys general, Holder, Sessions, and Barr. The way this normally works is these people are interrogated in private by committee lawyers and committee investigators before they're interrogated in public. That's the way it works with the ordinary run-of-the-mill witness. But these people are not ordinary run-of-the-mill.
No.
I don't think Mrs. Clinton's going to sit down twice for this, once in private and once in public.
Do you think she sits down at all?
Well, she'll have no choice but to sit down. You talk about arresting the people from Texas. This committee can go across the street to federal court and get an order for the arrest of anybody that refuses to come in and testifies before them. Yeah. You can't make this stuff up.
I know. I don't want to smile during it because
I shouldn't be smiling.
No, I'm just saying there's such a buildup for this because you pointed this out too. That the court, I know we got to go. Court of public opinion has pressured this story so hard that now you're seeing this play out with the Oversight Committee.
You would think that this is a Democratic Oversight Committee, what they're doing to the Trump administration, but the Republican Oversight Committee, if you don't mind me veering into politics, is under tremendous pressure from its own base.
Absolutely. The MAGA base has been very vocal.
Yes.
Generally speaking here, they want to know answers. Judge, thank you very much for weighing in.
You're welcome,
Appreciate
guys.
Information, truth, is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.